The referee, Mike.
Boy, really delayed there. That's going to cost some time there. Now, again, there's the tough one. Has a little bit of trouble on that 5-man. Coming around the 1-man. Now he's a linebacker. Let's see how he takes this on. He does it with his hands like linebackers do. You saw Abraham take it on with his shoulder.
Struggles a bit, falls behind, and finally raises the flag on the 200-pound sled dummy. Let's take another look, and you can hear Arrington's in trouble.
Where's that?
LeVar, you came in last place last year when I was riding over here with you to this event. You said you're going to win it this year. How was the start for you?
I think the rest threw me off on this one, but I feel pretty good today, so let's see what happens.
All right, man. Good job.
Well, it's early, and our next competitor, Keith Brooking, selected to the 2nd consecutive Pro Bowl. He's a bit of a throwback, but got great speed and should match up with his event pretty well.
Well, I would tell you, he loves to hit things, too. It's going to be interesting to see him on the 5-man. Whoa, having trouble with the second one. This is the hardest one. He's going to lose some valuable time there, Mark. He's going to have to make it up on this 1-man sled.
Had to raise every flag and then drives the sled. Gets great leverage and off to the 200-pound dummy. Really losing some steam there. 21-1 the time. There's lots more to come here. Power drive action, including the 2-time defending champion, Jason Taylor.
Ultimate Defender is brought to you by New Campbell's Chunky Roasted Fave.
And then up, and you have to have the proper technique when you hit it, or, it's not going to move. It's going to tell you, it's going to show you, and it's going to show the coach and your teammates watching you that you're not hitting it right.
Hey, hold up, Jace, one thing. You can't get explosion into your hips without, you've never seen a good football player be able to tackle or really strike somebody with his head down.
I think the sled does its job. It gives you an opportunity to get a feel for how you're going to explode into a person on Sunday.
Welcome back to the Campbell's Chunky Soup Ultimate Defender competition. And Mike, the big sled has been the story so far through 3 competitors.
And we've seen a couple of different variations on that sled. Abraham, the lineman, has the fastest time. He used his shoulder to drive it. The linebackers, including here Joey Porter, as you'll see. Let's see how he takes on that 1-man sled.
Quick and short, low to the ground. Having trouble. He's going to pick up a penalty there.
Yeah, that'll cost him a second. Let's see how he does. Good leverage on that tough dummy in the 5-man sled. Now again, will he use the shoulder or the hands? What kind of drive? He goes with the shoulder. Good straight drive there. That's a nice run.
Tremendous leverage as he finishes strong. Picks up the 1-second penalty. Has a time of 18.7. Take a look at how Porter gets underneath these bags. Again, they progressively get harder and harder, but great leverage. He plays that way on the field as well, and probably the best so far through the big sled.
You had the best time, but you did get the 1-second penalty. You went the same way as the ref. What happened there?
He taking too long, man. He got to get out the way. He killing me.
How about the blocking sled? I know you hate hitting those, but you said you can do your best at it this time out.
Yeah, no, I said I was going to go out there trying to take on. I thought this was going to be the toughest thing for me, but which it was. The ref killing me, though.
All right, man, nice start.
Well, you have to take your pick. Is it the referees or the big sled? Trevor Price now, the big defensive end. Let's see how he does on the leverage and the big sled.
By far the biggest competitor in this competition. He's got to get low. Oh, there's the struggle right there, Mark.
Had trouble, did not raise at least 1 flag. He'll pick up a penalty mark there.
The big man using his hands on the 1-man. Oh, he is really struggling here.
This is not going to be a good time. Finally raises the flag. 21.4 with the 1-second penalty.
Again on this 5-man sled. Boy, does he sound tired.
I think he might be tired, more tired than you were, Mike.
And he's an athlete. This 5-man sled, again, the middle dummy is the hardest one, and he's not getting low enough. You see him standing way too high to get leverage on that dummy.
Well, you play high, you get blocked. Now Jason Taylor has refined this to an art. 2-time defending champion. Oh, a penalty there again with a referee.
Well, that's going to cost him, but look at how he goes. Look at the leverage here. Gets a good, solid base, gets low. How will he take on the sled? Well, he goes hands, but he's got pretty good leverage. Look at that flat back. Great drive.
And finishes is strong, exception of the referee.
Let me shoot that rep, man.
Trying to get a little help from the officers. We take a closer look. Does a good job engaging the bag, but again, can't find the referee, Bob McElwee.
Even with the penalty, you're in first place. How'd it go for you?
It was an idea. A little trouble on the first board with the ref stepping out. It's hard to see him, so after that, it was all right.
Is this a continuing thing with the referees throughout the season? What's going on here, Jason?
I can't bash the refs. That's a big fine. I might use my whole check I get from this, but they're human too, man. They're trying. We make mistakes too, so you gotta let them go, and hopefully they give you a holding call every once in a while. All right, good job.
Brian Urlacher of the Bears. Next up, again, great speed and strength. He should do well here. Gets through the referee just fine.
And that looked like a guess, and a guess the right way. Look, doing a little more shoulder. Has struggle there. That may cost him. Let's see how he handles this one-man sled. Head or shoulders?
Gets it up, drives it cleanly, and races to the final dummy. 18.2, not good enough to catch Jason Taylor.
All right, Jason, one event down. You're in the lead, off to a good start for a three-peat, huh?
Yeah, I needed that first event. That's part of what I do, the speed and the quickness in the bag. So that one worked out. Brian had a good run. He almost got me there at the end, and I think the middle bag on the five-man sled hurt him.
It wasn't just the five-man sled that was giving these competitors a problem. Mark Malone explains.
A little confrontation here, a little confusion. What was happening?
Well, Mark, this is a little different than what I normally do. But my job was to get out of there and make the player react and go the other way. And I got a clue that a few of them were trying to guess. One of them guessed right, one of them guessed wrong, and that's the way it works. But
probably a good reason why you're retiring this year, getting out of the way, right?
Bob gave me some good holding calls throughout the years, or throughout his career.
DJ Scribble entertains the crowd as we get set up for our next event. After one, the two-time defending champ Jason Taylor in an early lead with 14 points, followed by Abraham and Urlacher. Soup's Ultimate Defender, the Battle of the Big Men. Our second event, the 2-minute drill, will test our competitors' knowledge of NFL history. So how important is it to know who came before you? Take a listen.
When you go out there, every time you suit up and you go out there to make a play, there's a guy that was before you that had to pave the way for all these cameras to be around me right now. We're about to give y'all a show. I know y'all been waiting for us to give y'all one. We're gonna do it tonight on prime time. For the game to just be at a point and a level where everybody watches it.
As being a defensive end, I need to know what Bruce Smith did. I need to know what Reggie White did. I need to know what are goals that they broke and what goals I need to break.
Most guys still hang around their former teams, and you get a chance to meet them. You know, it's a big deal. You know, you want to represent your franchise and this league well.
You just have to know, because if you don't know, I mean, you're not giving a due respect to the game if you don't know who the guys who come before you.
You don't know where you're going unless you know where you came from. What happened before you, what's going to happen after you. You know, you have to find out where you fit in the whole piece of the NFL.
Right now, Trevor Pryce fits in number 7 with 2 points as we get ready for the 2-minute drill.
And he's first up in this next competition.
In 2002, a Jets quarterback led the NFL with a passer rating of 104.2.
Chad Pennington.
Who was named the NFL Defensive Player of the Year in 2002?
Derrick Brooks.
Correct.
What current NFL head coach won 2 Super Bowl titles with the New York Giants?
Bill Parcells.
Correct.
Who did the Atlanta Falcons upset in the 1998 NFC Championship game?
Minnesota Vikings.
Correct.
This linebacker led the NFL in tackles
Brian
in 2002.
Urlacher.
Correct.
Who was named the NFL Defensive Player of the Year in 1999?
Pass.
Warren Sapp.
In 2002, who led the NFL in sacks with 18.5?
Well, Trevor Pryce sets the mark with 5, and again, this is in 30 seconds. That's a pretty good number right off the bat. Keith Brooking is next.
Sweetness was whose nickname?
Walter Payton.
Correct.
Who was the second overall pick in the 2000 NFL Draft?
Pass.
LeVar Arrington.
LeVar
Who
Arrington.
holds the record for most rushing yards in a season with 2,105?
Jim Brown.
Incorrect.
Name the 2002 MVP.
Rich Gannon.
Correct.
Mike is the term used at what position on defense?
Mike Middlebacker.
True.
Who has played the most seasons in NFL history?
Matthews.
Correct. George Blanda. 2.
So a guy who's named his dogs Nobis and Butkus having a little trouble with the historical perspective of the NFL.
And I gave him one short. He actually got 3 correct, but he was covering his face for a reason.
All right, let's get LeVar Arrington in here. Test his knowledge of the NFL. Chicago Bears great Dick Butkus wore what number?
51.
Correct.
What team has played in the most Super Bowls?
San Francisco.
Wrong. Dallas Cowboys.
Where's the Pro Football Hall of Fame?
Canton, Ohio.
Correct.
What number does Brett Favre wear?
4.
Correct.
What current player is 3 sacks from the all-time record?
Jason Taylor.
Incorrect. Bruce Smith.
Who has the most sacks in the season with 22.5?
Mike Strahan.
Correct.
Who is the NFL's all-time sack leader?
Mike Strahan.
Incorrect. Reggie White.
Who holds the rookie sack record in the season with 14.5?
choose Peppers.
Jadon Kearse. Well, LeVar 1 away from the lead. He sure had a good time doing it, though.
He did get off to a real quick start, but struggled down the end, and that might leave the door open for Joey Porter.
Play with Bruce. He said, yeah.
In 2000, what team set a record for least points allowed?
Baltimore.
Correct.
In a 3-4 defense, what is the term used for the middle defensive lineman?
Nose tackle.
Correct.
Who's the highest rated passer of all time?
Joe Montana.
No, incorrect. Kurt Warner.
In 2002, what dreadlocked running back torched defenses for 18
Ricky Williams.
Correct.
Who's the NFL's all-time leading rusher?
Emmitt Smith.
Correct.
In 2002, what defense led the NFL in points against, scored, and yards allowed?
Miami Dolphins.
Incorrect. Tampa Bay.
I'm tripping, man.
He's tripping. He got tripped up a little bit.
Yeah, he did. 1 away from the lead. All these guys said they had pretty good knowledge of the game, but until they get in the hot seat for 30 seconds, Brian Urlacher, he's up next. We'll see what his knowledge is like.
What quarterback has the most rushing yards in a game with 173? Correct.
Whose name is on the Super Bowl trophy?
Joe Lombardi. Vince Lombardi.
Correct.
True or false? Goalpost used to be in the front or of the end zone?
False.
Incorrect. True.
Who is the only player to be named Super Bowl MVP 3 times?
Joe Montana.
Correct.
What number did Lawrence Taylor wear with the New York
56.
Giants? Correct.
Hall of Fame running back Gale Sayers wore what number with the Bears?
40.
What number did Joe Montana wear with the Kansas City Chiefs?
16.
Name
Incorrect.
the
19.
Name the MVP of Super Bowl, what is that, 36?
Gannon.
Tom Brady. God, I almost couldn't read the number. Oh, we're at damn Roman numerals. I couldn't figure out the Roman numerals.
Someone that can read?
Yeah. 5? Got 5. Tricked it all. Well, no. I got the number right. Eventually. I didn't take a Roman numeral class at Notre Dame. Brian Urlacher did get 5. He is tied for the lead. John Abraham, let's see if he can jump into that lead as well.
This year, what NFL wide receiver set a record with 143 catches? Correct.
What defensive lineman coined the word sack?
Deacon Jones.
Correct.
Name the only team that actually plays home games in the state of New York.
The Giants.
Incorrect. Buffalo Bills.
He beat his college teammate for top offensive rookie honors in 2002.
Clint Forrest.
Correct.
Who scored the most touchdowns in NFL history?
Three correct, and John Abraham sits down slightly embarrassed.
Yeah, that was bad right there.
Winner of the first event, Jason Taylor, up next.
What term is used for the weak side linebacker?
Will.
Correct.
Who was drafted first overall in the 2002 NFL draft by the Texans?
David Carr.
Correct.
Name this season's comeback player of the year.
That dude. Maddox.
This player is the all-time leader with 13 defensive touchdowns.
Derek Brooks.
Wrong, Rod Woodson.
This city has hosted 9 Super Bowls.
Miami.
Incorrect. New Orleans.
Name the 2002 Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Julius Peppers.
Correct.
Name the only team with a yellow helmet.
Green Bay.
Name the NFL commissioner before tag level.
Oh, man.
No.
Pete Rozelle.
There you go. Correct.
You gotta read faster.
It's so much easier after you get up from that seat. Well, the points were split in the 2-minute drill. Price, Taylor, and Urlacher all with 12. Arrington Porter, 7. Brooking and Abraham with 3. Here's our overall standings after 2 events. And no surprise, Taylor with a 3-point lead over Urlacher, Mike Golick with our competitors.
All right, 3-way tie for first. Brian, you're one of them. Last time you were in this event, you took last in this event. Did you do some studying?
No, I think I had easier questions this time. I had someone who could read to me a little bit better, even though it didn't work out so well there.
Jason, you had the time competition with Warren Sapp last year, so you ended up taking second. So you tied for first here. What did you think of some of the questions?
They weren't too bad. Mark was good reading them. The other guy.
That'll cost you down the line. Trevor, first time here, you tie for first, so you get to split some points. How's that one feel?
It feels good, but I wonder if you'd have heard my answer to the first question. I said it 5 times in a row.
All right, I'm done talking to these guys.
All right, tough crowd. Mike may be done with them, but we're not. The fumble recovery competition is coming up next from beautiful Hawaii. Mike, tell us about it.
All right, our next event is the fumble recovery. It's going to combine some speed, finesse, and a little bit of luck on the bounce of the ball. None of these defenders here are just going to fall on the ball on a fumble. They want to scoop it and score, and they're going to get their opportunity right here. First off, we're going to go through the gauntlet. Fast they can. Now they got to go through the pads here. They have to knock the ball. The ball has got to hit the ground. They have to pick it up off the ground, take it to this station here. They're going to have to place it in here. They can't throw it. They have to set it. Now they have to go over the dummies. Can't touch the grass. Oh, yeah, and in. They got to find the ball, pull the ball out, come to the next station. Again, set it in. Now a ball will bounce. They scoop it and run past the finish line. If they miss the ball, they got to go get it, come across it with the finish line, see who can do it fastest.
All right, this is not how to do it right here. We've got a melee in the fumble recovery pit.
It does look like some of the pileups we had in our day, though, Mark. I'll tell you that much. You don't know, you wouldn't believe what goes on in those piles.
All right, first up, Keith Brookie.
Struggled in the first event. He is quick. Good job scooping up the ball, places it. Now he's got to find that ball in the dummies. Nice dive.
You got to make sure you don't kick the ball around so you can't find it. He has a little trouble there, but gets a handle on it.
It's a pretty good run for Keith.
Very good run, showing good hands, 17.61.
Excellent dive, Keith, into the dummies to find that ball. What was the toughest part of this event?
I think finding the ball in the stack there. Once you dive, because you're diving so far, and then you're all excited to find it. But once you get that, you're done.
Good quality points for diving, though. Good job.
Style points, as we like to say. Next up, LeVar Arrington.
He should have no problem getting that ball off the ground and doing something with it. Scoops it. Again, it has to stay in that area. That was a pretty good dive.
Finds it. Now look, this is the trouble, yeah.
Yeah, this is where a little bit of luck is involved if you don't kick that ball around. Nice hop there, good scoop, good finish.
17.59, just a little bit slower than Brookie.
Again, going to the dive, it's what happens to the ball when you hit that pile. He just kind of buried it himself.
Got stuck in between the pads there and finally gets it out. And we move on now to John Abraham, the defensive end. Slides through the dummies pretty easily.
He didn't do very well in this competition last year. He wants to do a little bit of making up. That was an interesting kind of a jump dive, but the ball didn't move, and he got it right away. Good time going.
Good hands. All these big guys have good hands. Even the defensive end, 17.29. And take a look from inside the pile here. Going inside, you can see how they lose the football. Mike standing by with John Abraham.
Wow, what a difference a year makes from last year to this year. You're in first place right now. Nice run.
Yeah, you know, a little experience helps. Last year, I really didn't have any experience, and I had to go first on every event. This year, kind of laid back, get to watch everybody else go, and now I'm doing my thing.
Good job.
Good job indeed. Everybody has done very, very well with their hands catching the ball. It's every defender's dream to scoop and score a touchdown.
Being a defender, when you see that ball on the ground, the first thing is, I can score. Falling on it, I guess if it's a big pile of people and the ball's there, you'll fall on it. But if it's just sitting there, it look like just candy, you just want to pick it up and take it to the house.
Depends on the situation of the game. If it's a chance I'm going to get in the open field, I'm going to pick it up and try and score.
If I can't grab it and scoop and score with it, most likely I'm not going to get it.
You got to bend down being athletic, man. A lot of guys can't get down and get the ball. That's why we end up missing them all the time. You got to bend down at the knees and the waist and scoop it up and keep your head on the swivel, because I've gotten knocked pretty good a couple times.
Depends on how tired I am. If I'm tired, scooping and fall. But if I get a chance to pick it up, I'm gone. Ain't nobody going to catch me.
All right, Trevor, the pressure is on now. Led the Broncos in sacks. The big defensive end stumbles right off the bat.
Key when you're tall and big like that. Jason Taylor said you've got to bend down and get the ball. Boy, he smothered the ball there. Nice job, though. He got it very quickly. He's got a great run. Oh, no!
They have to pick it up. After he said nobody could catch it.
He was talking some smack in that piece. Oh, right in the hit you in a bad spot, Trevor. Right in the hands, huh?
And he had a good run going.
No. Tell me that didn't happen.
I cannot believe that. I was going so fast. I got 33 seconds.
I think it's still running.
Man, that's all.
All right, so Joey Porter knows what not to do as he goes through the gauntlet, knocks the ball, and he has to chase this one a little bit.
I guarantee you these outside linebackers know how to scoop and score. Let's see if he can find that ball. He goes a low dive.
Goes low, gets the ball quickly. Let's see what kind of hands he has. Right in the gut, short arms it, but a quick run of 16.68.
Joey, a little different strategy here.
Going over here to big pile, everybody's jumping on. I said, I'm going to try and slide in there. I couldn't find the ball first, but
That's one thing I was going to try to do different.
I would say you were safe. Nice slide.
So the stage is now set for Brian Urlacher, who trails the defending champ, Jason Taylor, by 3 points.
Remember, this guy was a strong safety in college. There's no doubt he has experience picking up a ball.
Again, dives in. Oh, kicks the ball. This is going to slow his time down.
Ends up running around the pads. You're right, Mark. This could hurt him. Let's see if he can scoop it. Great scoop.
Oh, he knows it. He knows he lost valuable seconds. 17.34.
Good dive. A lot of air, but he pushes the ball again. This is where the luck's involved. He pushes it right over the side. Now it's to go all the way around the pad.
This drill kicks my butt every year. Dang it. Run.
So our current leader, Jason Taylor now. The final competitor in the fumble recovery.
And he's done this event the most, obviously, from the other competitors. Let's see if he has a different strategy. We kind of a little sideways dive there.
So that he doesn't knock the ball out of there.
Very soft, nice scoop. Oh, there's the old pro.
Oh, and dives across. Very nice. A quick time of 16.17.
Tell you what, all these young competitors better watch this man. He's showing you how to do it right.
Great speed, great athleticism, and a great passion for the game itself. He's standing by with Mike Golic.
Every year you've been in this competition, you've won this event. No different this year, another first place. It's getting easy for you?
No, these guys are good, man. They make it tough. I got some experience, so I know kind of how to do it a little bit. Sappers in here this year, so the rest of these guys are still kind of new to it. And we got that lifting coming up.
And funny things happen at the bottom of a pile. The job is to get in there and get the football. But have you ever wondered really what goes on underneath all of that? Listen to these players and you'll find out.
I'd rather not talk about what's going on the bottom of the piles.
I can't tell you that, man. It's a family channel.
It's guerrilla warfare at the bottom of the pile.
Until the referee gets in there and signals, there's things being touched that shouldn't be being touched.
A lot of grabbing and scratching and spitting and cursing. A lot of stuff that people don't want to know about.
There's a lot of things that happen on there that probably couldn't, show on TV. That's why it's a pile, so it's not meant to be seen.
People say the ball changes hands at the bottom of the NFL pile 10 times. I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's true. Jay Fila snatched the ball away from me. Before they figured out he had the ball, I already gotten up, so celebrating, so they gave us the ball, but he took it away from me. A quarterback.
So let's take a look at the standings after 3 events. Taylor with a 9-point lead over Urlacher. Bringing up the back of the pack is Keith Brooking with 11. Next up, the strongman competition. Our next competition, the strongman competition. 250-pound bench press, as many reps as you can get in 30 seconds. Trevor Price and Keith Brooking will compete.
Nothing fancy here. This is a lift that every football player, really every athlete does. The bench press is just about getting it in a groove, hitting the right spot in your chest. It has to hit their chest, and they have to finish at the top.
And long arms are not an advantage here, and it looks like Trevor Price is already struggling.
Keith Brooking's got a great rhythm going. He looks like a strong guy.
Pushes one out. That's it. 30 seconds is up.
10. 16.
10 and 16. So the linebacker outlifts the big defensive end.
16, good for you, good number?
I mean, considering, I don't lift much during the season, real heavy. I haven't lifted since the season ended, so that's not bad. I'm improving, I started off a little rusty, but I'm getting better. That's what matters.
Next up, LeVar Arrington and John Abraham. A linebacker and defensive end matchup again, and Arrington is a strong, powerful man, Mike.
And what Keith Brooking said is something to keep in mind as you see these competitors. The lifting they do is more to maintain during the season. They're not lifting heavy weights during the season, so this is a little bit of a shock to their system doing this now.
In over 30 seconds, it's about endurance as well.
Great technique. You see the struggle starting, and when it stops there, it's very difficult to finish it off.
Arrington is done, as well as Abraham. 13 reps and 13, so we have a tie.
Well, linebacker matched the D lineman there, Mark.
And as Abraham kind of shuffles off, Mike Golic is standing by with LeVar Arrington.
All right, 13, pretty respectable. Now, you said speed is your game, and you just lift because you feel like you have to for football. So, do you think you did fare pretty well here?
I wasn't too bad. 250, that's a lot of weight to
to do reps, so it wasn't too bad.
Happy to see more linebackers in this competition?
Yeah, man. Proud. You know, we got the lead right now.
And there's a linebacker fan from the Monsters of the Midway wearing Brian Urlacher's jersey number as he goes up against Joey Porter, another linebacker.
And look at the technique here. Urlacher has had wider hands, Joey Porter closer hands. Now that's just the technique they use. It'll see if it affects Porter because he's taking that bar a longer way, but boy, he is in a great rhythm right now. He's at a faster pace than Urlacher.
Closer grip, brings in the triceps a little bit more as the two competitors start to tire.
Watch him bouncing on that chest to try and get a little bit of leverage to get that last one up there.
Come on, Joey.
No,
can't get it.
That's all I got.
They were going rep for rep.
18 here.
18 for Joey Porter.
14.
Wow. In 30 seconds. That's amazing.
All right, 18 in first place so far. You said bench press is your thing, huh?
Yeah, I thought I can come up here at least try and compete in this situation right here in the bench press, but man, I'm still in third place, so I'm trying to find a way to push Jason a little bit.
Well, Jason Taylor's being pushed by Captain Fear, the Buccaneer mascot. He's lifting against Jason, who really hates this event.
Jason Taylor would rather not be lifting right now. He tries to build a huge lead before the lifting because he knows that he can't compete in this one. You see him struggling already here. Another long-armed lifter here. He has problems with the weights.
He's got a sizable lead going into this event. No. That's a bad feeling right there when you can't get that last rep up.
13 here.
13, respectable.
2.
And only 2 for Captain Fear. So Joey Porter now picks up 14 points in the strongest man event, and he starts to creep into competition against that man, the two-time defending champ, Jason Taylor. Brian Urlacher also 5 points behind. We're back with more action after this.
Won the event the year before. You were behind Warren Sapp, but came from behind to win it. Do you think Urlacher or Joey Porter can push in this?
Yeah, they will. They're both great athletes, and you saw what they've been doing all day, and Joey just blew up the weightlifting event, so it's double points, so anything could happen in this event.
The Campbell's Chunky Soup obstacle course worth double points. Mike Golick explains.
It is time to find ourselves a winner, time to separate the winners and the losers here in the Campbell's Chunky Soup obstacle course. This is it. This will entail everything the players do on the football field. We're going to start right out here and go right to the bags. They have to run forward, past the bag, then backward, and now they have to go underneath this netting. They got to get down and dirty. I'm looking too pretty right now. They got to go underneath. After they come out, they have to go to the outside of these dummies, using their techniques, arm overs, rips, whatever they want to do. Have to go outside, each one of them. Here's the quickness. Now they got to come up, pick up this ball. They got to hang on to the ball through the gauntlet. As they come through the gauntlet, they drop it, catch another ball. They can get rid of the ball then. Now they got to go through the ropes. They can hit the ropes, but they can't miss a square. Hit all the squares, over the top. Take a break if they want. Go over the top of that, and they'll finish up. Believe me, they'll do it a lot faster than me. We're going to find ourselves a winner right now.
Oh, Mike, you are still so agile and nimble. You didn't show us getting under the nets, so we're going to take a look at the mascots. There are various ways you can get through this course, none of which I would recommend in terms of the mascots.
Yeah, these are all going to get you penalties. That's going to get you killed right there. These guys are having some fun out there, and there's no way they're getting through these ropes all the way.
No, in fact, the players are tired by the time they get to this point, and it could be a problem for them.
Don't forget about those dummies they have to jump over. The legs are a little stiff.
Your legs are stiff indeed. Trevor Price will begin the competition because he is currently in last place, in large part because he just doesn't have very good hands.
Footballs are hard. They're hard to catch.
My hands are terrible. They've been terrible since high school. I was a wide receiver. You know, I always was open, but I never could catch the ball.
I mean, I was all state tight end. I mean, we can go back and look at the tape if you want. My hands are pretty damn good.
I know I got better hands than Brooking. You know, that guy, he's like stone hands.
Stone hands? I didn't drop a pick this year. I don't know what he's talking about. He was watching all the highlights from the playoffs when he was sitting his butt at home.
I started off a wide receiver at Colorado State my first 2 years. If I can't catch the ball in this situation against these D linemen, I definitely do not need to be out there.
Man, they throw the ball and I gotta catch it. Hands like stone.
Well, he certainly did have hands like stone in the fumble recovery. Remember, he couldn't scoop the ball. He's going to get another chance here when we get to the interception portion, but he's got to do a little crawling, a little work before that, Mark.
Looks good. Looks very comfortable in this part of the course.
Now, let's see how the hands are doing.
I think I heard a finger break there, Mike.
Hands of stone is right. Something broken. It wasn't the ball.
Over both bags and through the finish line. A 1-second penalty. 25.12 his final score. Ouch.
Hit him in a bad spot again, right in the hands. Let's go back to the fumble recovery. Same thing, right in the hand. Just couldn't hang on.
Well, he'll catch a lot of flack from his teammates, no doubt. Keith Brooking, 212 tackles this year.
I bet he wishes he could tackle something in this drill.
He's through quickly. Great agility. Of course, the linebackers probably have an advantage in this drill.
They have an advantage in quickness, but maybe not technique like that arm-over technique. Well, there's those hands he talked about when he was an all-state tight end. Looks like he missed a square there. Let's see.
Great run. 22.61, but you're right. A 1-second penalty for missing a square in the ropes, Mike.
I think I did.
It's his first competition. You know what? He's going to learn from it. Great catch. Look at right here. He's going to miss the first square. Goes right to the second one. Got to hit every square.
You must maintain control while trying to be as fast as you can. LeVar Arrington now.
This should be a prize right here. He is so quick, Mark. Got great technique. He is the athlete of today, no doubt about that.
See what kind of hands he has. Wow, snatches it.
Ooh, oh, he got back. I think he got back into it. You're right, it's tough because you're running full speed and you have to slow up for those squares.
Well, that's a pretty good time, 22.45, and he promptly takes a seat. John Abraham, defensive end, but is agile like a linebacker.
Again, he struggled in this competition last year, and he wanted to make up for it. He has to an extent. He's starting to learn the tricks of the trade. See, there's the technique, little rip action going around him. Maybe not as fast as the linebackers, but great technique. Good hands there as well.
Very good. It's like a wide receiver there.
That's a defensive lineman going.
Defensive lineman, under 23 seconds. And he did it because of his quick feet. Usually you don't associate that with the big uglies.
Just look at this drill the linebackers are doing. Look at it.
A lot of times guys don't pick up their feet as much as they should, and I think that's what the ropes simulate.
You do the ropes, the bags, feet drill, head up, make sure that you know where you're going.
As fast as you can move your arms, as fast as you can move your legs.
The feet carry the body, so you got to get the feet going first.
You're just trying to pattern a guy. It's like a cheetah chasing a gazelle. I'm trying to mirror each step you take.
Be quick. I'm not even worried. It's like second nature. You're not even worried about it. It just happens.
My footwork is excellent.
Footwork, I should be able to compete with these guys. They D-linemen.
I got some of the best footwork in the business, if you ask me, but it's been good enough for the last couple of years, so we'll see how it works out this year.
We'll see indeed. Jason Taylor standing by as Jerry Porter and Brian Urlacher chase him. More action after this.
And if you're up, you got a chance to put it away, but a guy can come from third and win the thing if he wins his obstacle course. If I can give myself a chance with the obstacle course left, I have a good chance to win.
You got to win the obstacle course to win the whole thing.
And that's what it's come down to for Brian Urlacher within striking distance of two-time defending champ Jason Taylor.
Urlacher should be able to go through this pretty quick. He said that was a pretty low shoot he had to go through, but he had no problem there.
He beat Taylor a year ago in this event, but didn't win the overall. Great hands.
Check out the quick feet. Again, hit every square. Hitting the rope is okay. Gets through clean. Nice run.
What an athlete. 21.77, the fastest time yet.
I got a chance.
All right, you put yourself in the position you wanted. How you feeling?
I'm tired, but I think I did a good job. No penalties, it's just up to these guys now. If they beat me, then they're better than me.
Good job, 21-7-7, no penalties. You gonna heckle now?
A little bit. I'm gonna try to.
Nobody can catch a break. Joey Porter also within striking distance.
They're putting some pressure on Jason Taylor. Joey's had a nice competition, especially that weightlifting, which he won with 18 reps at 250, going very smooth with the arm over. Good technique, good pass rushing technique.
Oh, bobbles the ball, but gets it in cleanly. Quick through the ropes.
He
missed the square. That's going to cost him a 1-second penalty. Just missing that one square got out of control.
And again, this is double points on the last event. You're going to see he's going to step on a rope right there, and now he's going to miss the front left square. And that is all she wrote.
Tough break for the linebacker from Pittsburgh. In his first year, really did a heck of a job, Mike.
I know the disappointment has to be there, but you gotta be proud of your first showing here.
Yeah, no, it's good. So if I get invited back, hopefully I'll be back. I know what to expect next time.
Good job.
Thanks.
Well, he should be invited back next year. Jason Taylor has got to put a time better than 22.45 down to win his third title.
And he loves to be in this position because he knows if he can ease up a little bit and just make sure he doesn't get a penalty. But he doesn't have a whole lot of wiggle room right here.
No, he doesn't. He can't afford a penalty, but he has to have a clean run here.
Again, he's been in this competition a lot. He knows all the moves. Good technique around the dummies.
He's made a few moves on tackles like that this past year. That's clean. Here's the ropes.
If he gets through the squares, he could be in good shape. Looks like he got them all. Throws the ball into the stands.
21:09. He's done it. Jason Taylor wins his third title as the Ultimate Defender. Mike Golic is standing by with the Pro Bowl defensive end.
So not only do you get the win now for your third championship, but a little showmanship throwing the ball there in the crowd.
Give him a souvenir, man. They got to leave Ricky Williams alone, though. I need him next year.
So these youngsters put a little pressure on you this year?
Yeah, man, they made it close. Tell you what, Urlacher, everyone knows how good of a ball player he is. He's a great athlete. And so was Joey Porter. All the guys competed today. It was good.
Like getting that check at the end of this thing, man?
That's always the best part.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Well, 2 years ago, Jason Taylor etched his name on the trophy after a mistake by Warren Sapp. That resulted in the Ultimate Defender Cup, his first. Last year, well, he ran away with the thing, Mike.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job after he got the first one under his belt. There was no competition there as he got number 2.
And number 3, well, there's a little icing on this cake. His newborn son, Isaiah Taylor, in his arms as he accepts his third title. The 3-time champion is standing by with our Mike Golic.
3-time winner of the Campbell's Chunky Soup NFL Ultimate Defender. And while you have a beautiful prize in your hand, this $18,000 check doesn't hurt either, does it?
No, it's not bad at all. We'll find a way to use it. It's always great to come out here and win the event.
And while I have another great trophy in my hand, what's this trophy you have in your hand?
My little boy Isaiah, month old, and he's the best, man. He's not real happy right now, but he's the best.
Congratulations on your third win, Jace.
Thank you.
We said at the outset this year's champion would have to have certain qualities: intensity, agility, power, certainly speed, endurance, explosion, and of course, attitude. Jason Taylor had them all.